I am back by popular demand, presenting to you Dr. Njackery Damages. Woo!
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We are coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City!
Yes. New York City is so great.
It's great.
Yeah, that we are sending the real New Yorker.
Yes.
The real billionaire. The real businessman who is not afraid to show his tax return to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
to be the next president of the United States. Did you guys hear the news?
Yes, we had it.
Our former mayor, Michael Bloomberg, is going to run for president. Three-time mayor of New York City.
Yes.
Is gearing up for the presidential run. He's going to be a Democrat. He's going to. In America, we have a very clear choice. Take a look.
I'm a New Yorker, and I know a con when I see one.
Isn't the man a prophet or what? He said that man is a con man. Con man. You see, the news was so big that even the governor of Imo State, our own Rocha Sokorosha, was so happy to hear the news. You see, anyway, the point is that there is hope for America. There's hope. No, forget about what the Supreme Court is saying. There is hope for America. There is also hope in some parts of Africa. Yeah, for instance, 6 albinos are running for political office in Malawi. In Malawi, big news, you know. No, it's big news for that region of Africa where ignorant people, think they can use the body parts of albinos to make juju for good luck. It is big, and 3 of them are running for president of Malawi. Big time. Now, Overstone Kondawo, you know the guy, the director of the Association of People with Albinism in Malawi said, and I quote, that their mission is to show the public that we are more than our skin.
Yeah!
Wonderful, good for them, you know.
They're not only good for...
Good, we are all more than what people see on the surface. In Ethiopia and Eritrea, the prospect of peace is high.
Hey!
Why are you laughing? I said the prospect of peace is high. I didn't say they were high. I said the prospect of peace is high. The 2 countries are beginning to talk on how to end the leftover conflicts from their wars of 1990s. In South Sudan, the warring factions are talking, and they are on the verge of coming to an agreement on how to stop the war in Africa's youngest country.
Hey.
That would be a breakthrough, don't you think so? Breakthrough. You know, good things are happening, isn't it? All around us. But in Zimbabwe, their July 30th election, presidential election, is being threatened by political violence.
Why?
A bomb exploded at President Emerson Mnangagwa.
Yes!
Yeah, his political event, you know. And he's blaming the wife of the former president, Grace Mugabe.
Why?
I said the former supporters were the people who did that. But by the way, what happened to Grace Mugabe? Her political career just collapsed. What happened?
Still passed in South Africa.
Anyway, in Cameroon, the country is at the verge of a full-scale civil war.
Yes!
Take a look.
Of Kukembomo in Cameroon being burnt to the ground. For months now, images like these have been pouring out of Cameroon on social media. Some show burning villages.
That's that. You see, people from southern Cameroon, they've been sending me pictures and videos.
Wow, that's
like
terrible.
This. And it's heart-wrenching. It's touching. Now, if these are not signs of war, I don't know what they are. I don't know. Look.
Some show burning villages. Others record acts of torture and killing. Many are too graphic to show. Taken together, these films show a country sliding into civil war. as the government tries to suppress an armed insurgency. So, what's going on?
I know what is going on. I will tell you. Nations in Africa with selfish and incompetent leaders are seeing the consequences of failed leadership.
What?
That's what's going on. I know. I will explain. We did it to ourselves. Oh yeah, for the first time, we did it to ourselves. It is not our fault that we elected leaders who could not keep the promises they made during the election. It's not our fault. Like this one. And this one. And this one. And this one. It is not our fault.
Yes.
That we elected leaders who we thought would have been competent enough to deliver the basic responsibilities of governance, which is protection of lives and properties. It's not our fault. Where we are at fault is failing to hold these political leaders accountable once they get into office and they start to mess up. Failed leaders breed failed nations. Failed nations breed poverty and insecurity. Sasha, tweet that out. Our failure is compounded when we allow these kinds of leaders to fool us again and again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on your next 20 generations.
Doctor.
It's serious.
This is very deep.
Talking of failed leadership and poverty, Nigeria recently overtook India as the country with the largest number of poor people in the world. Reputation, look at it. This is reputation officially. Largest number of poor people in the whole wide world.
Up
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at them. No. Don't ask me who did this to us.
Who did?
We did it to ourselves.
Yes.
Watch. Those are Indians beating up their politician who came back to campaign for re-election.
Yes.
When they disappeared during the whole time of office.
I know.
But when it's time for the election, they came back. This, you know, I don't support violence of any kind. But I must tell you this. This attitude must be one way that Indians moved away from number one.
Yes.
And poverty rating two and handed it over to Nigeria.
Yes.
It must be. They did things, you know. Now, talking of Nigeria, I'm very mad. I am sad.
What happened, Doctor? What happened?
Not because we lost Argentina and as such crashed out of the World Cup. No.
Why are you smart?
I've always known that these predictions of pig and cats, that they are as good as the predictions of our Apostle Suleiman and TV Joshua. No, I knew they were as good. What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I agree. The pig was right more times than Apostle Suleiman. And TV Joshua. Check their record now. Check their record.
Doctor,
as for the cat, she is within the margin of error. Check the record.
Yes, almost.
Mind you, I did not believe the pig and the cat like some people did.
Why?
I didn't use Udoka's school fees to bet on the World Cup because I didn't. I know some of you did. Yeah, I know. So we defeated Iceland during our second game. Do you know how we did that?
How?
Take a look.
Amen.
I know. Now this one you can say who did this to us. You can say that. That's what happened there. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. Does it? It doesn't matter. Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
That was why we won. Now, guess what? On the eve of our game against Argentina, Nigeria once again lost over 100 people in yet another conflict between farmers and herdsmen.
Wow.
Look at the newspaper. Over 100 people.
Shay.
The blood of over 100 people, children, women, kids, innocent travelers who knew nothing about the cause of the fight were spilled on Nigerian soil.
How?
Under that condition, no reasonable God will answer the prayers of Nigerians.
No.
None. Unless the God is a bastard. Did I just call a
That
God?
is now. You said
That's not
Unless,
good.
yeah, exactly.
That's not
Exactly. Exactly. See, if Nigeria had won, we would have swept under the carpet. Just like before, the killings that happened in Plateau State. We would have done that. We would have been celebrating, dancing. God don't catch us this time.
It's true.
We have to confront it. Here is the headline.
Oh!
Yep. Mieti Allah, the Cattle Breeders Association, said that they killed over 100 people.
What?
Because 300 of their cattle were killed.
Imagine.
Cattle!
I will pause for you to think of it.
Cow over human being.
Think of how the people who will live in that territory, presently called Nigeria, some 200 years from now, will feel about us when they read this story. They will definitely say that we lived in the dark ages.
It's a zoo.
This is not the first time this group has killed Nigerians because their cows were killed.
Yes.
Now, most Nigerians agree that cows should not be stolen or killed.
Yes.
But when cows are stolen or killed, most Nigerians believe that there should be a way to resolve it. That should not involve killing innocent women and children.
Yes.
And burning down villages.
Oh. Nigeria.
Well, I said most Nigerians. It's intentional, you know. Watch as Nigeria's female lawmaker, Honorable Aishatu, standing inside the chambers of the Nigerian House of Representatives, as she put up a spirited defense of herdsmen that killed people because of their cows.
Wow.
Take a look.
Mr. Speaker, I sit here, my colleague is saying the cattle, the herdman, values his cows more than the lives he is killing, which is not true. You can't sit down here and just make conclusions. Yes, the herdsman values even the life of the cow more than his own life. That is how God has created him.
In 2018.
This is the modern age. This is not the centuries ago. Doesn't that touch you to know that these herdsmen love their cows more than they love themselves?
Hey.
How do you begin to argue with that? How do you argue with that? Doesn't that make you feel they truly deserve their own separate country? Or something like that?
Yeah.
A country where everyone will be card-carrying member of the People for the Ethical Treatment of Cows. It's a new association I just came
Are you serious?
Now. Last time I played that video of the woman, I did not play the reaction of another honorable member of the House of Rep from Benue State. Take a look.
No cow, not even 10 billion cows, is up or has enough value like a human being. It's not up to one human life.
You will notice that I have not talked about Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari in all of this. I have not. I am done with him. True. I am done. I'm done.
It's the election.
I want to talk. No, I'm done. I want to transmission to the Inspector General of Police. And you, the Minister of Defense. And you, the Minister of Internal Affairs. Yeah, And you, the Director of the DSS. All you men who hold security positions in that country. I want to talk to you. I know that President Muhammadu Buhari will not fire any of you. He doesn't have the guts. But isn't there a point in this series of killings when the small voice inside you will be telling you to respect yourself, your grandchildren, and your ancestors, and just quit? Isn't there a time? Don't you hear that voice? If you don't hear that voice, pinch yourself and see if you're still a human.
Pinch. Check.
Pinch yourself and see if you're still human.
Nonsense.
As for you, Mr. President, I have a little, very urgent message for you. I know you don't read much, but if you promise me, this is very important, if you promise me that you will read, I will gladly mail you a copy of this book. It is called We Wish to Inform You That Tomorrow We Will Be Killed with Our Families. Stories from Rwanda.
Interesting parts there.
Starting in April 1994, at least 800,000 people were murdered in just 100 days. 2 decades on, Rwandans are still dealing with the atrocity.
Nigeria has been on the road to Kigali for a very long time. I'm sorry to report that we are now knocking at the gate of the city. Those who forgot how it sounded, here is a reminder. Okay.
Oh, son.
Paul.
Listen to me, good people of Rwanda. Terrible news.
It is true.
Horrible news.
Yep, that is from Hotel Rwanda. Look. Mind you, there is no Hotel Nigeria. None. You have nowhere to run to. If if you see the graphic pictures from Benue State, from Plateau State, from Nasarawa State, you will know that we are done with test runs, genocide test runs. Any moment from now, it will be the main event. Since one revenge begets another revenge, you can be sure that another killing is being planned. It may take 100 days from now, or maybe 200 days from now. We know it is coming somewhere without security operatives, or somewhere where the security operatives have left. And when it happens, again, President Muhammadu Buhari will issue his traditional statement, saying the same things that he has been saying for a long time. Things that make you feel that he has become Mr. Deeply Unfortunate, Mr. Deepest and Sincere Condolences, Mr. Painful and Regrettable, Mr. Cowardly Act, Mr. Grievous Loss of Lives and Properties, Mr. Despicable Killings, Mr. Hideous Killings, Mr. Evil and Satanic, Mr. All Murderous and Criminal Elements, Mr. No Effort Will Be Spared, Mr. Bring Perpetrators to Justice, Mr. Prevent a Recurrence, Mr. We Will Not Rest, Mr. Bring Relief. Anything but Mr. I Am Responsible. You think I'm mean? Take a look at the headline from his reaction to the killings in Plateau State.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
That is the reaction from the president. Blame it on anything. Blame it on the rain. Yep, the president is still looking for someone to blame.
Hey!
Yeah, you see your president, after so many incidents, he's still looking for, you gotta blame it on something. You gotta blame it on something. Blame it on the rain that was falling. Blame it on the stars that didn't shine at night. Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you. Blame it on the rain. Blame it. Nonsense. You know what? Get me Patrick Obahiemon. I want him to speak to those, because I speak simple English, people don't understand me, people don't care. Let him speak to those who understand only big grammar. Patrick.
That we were in a state of economic quagmire and political phantasmagoria. Of economic radiculopathy and social and political sciatica that PDP left it.
Now, I must give kudos to Nigerians who are doing something about the situation. You know, someone like Bishop David Oyedepo of Winners Chapel, you know him? Yeah, has declared war on those behind the Plateau killings. Just like he did years ago on Boko Haram. You know that. You remember that one where he asked his members to kill them and spill their blood. Remember? You know what?
I remember that
Play
one.
the video.
Even if I were asleep, if you see anybody here, kill him. Kill him and spill his blood on the ground. I am saying that to you. What nonsense. What devil. You think our God is an idol?
That one. And in fact, he said some things then that I didn't understand, but now it's making sense. Watch.
Must they not continue to rule? What devils? God has anointed me to lead a revolution against Islamic jihadists.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago. And I'm sure that the revolution is going well. He's leading the revolution. Yeah, it's going well. This time, he declared something very tough. He said, for everyone behind this crisis, may they and their generations be destroyed.
Amen.
May their generations perish. May they never be remembered. Case closed. Exactly. I doff my hat for former Minister Obi Ezekwesili. She took her one-man protest to Asorok.
Antiobi.
Yeah, she went there and security operatives manhandled her. How can you manhandle a woman? Why not woman handle her? Why manhandle? Shame on you all. What kind of security outfit is afraid of one woman protest? One woman protest. Anyway, before I go, because I'm pissed off, Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari signed the country's budget of 9.12 trillion naira last week.
Wow.
Now, I didn't know what to think of the budget until I heard from our common sense senator. You remember him? Ben Bruce. No, I had to consult him. Here is what he said. Take a look.
Common sense.
Common sense senator.
Wow.
This is one day we will make that man a real senator. You know what I mean? Who could be allowed inside the Senate chambers where he could convince like-minded senators like him to post dishonest and scandalous bills that come to the Senate. One day, I know what I mean. We could do that one day. There were crazy stuff in the budget. But what is not there is the 78 million for Buhari's haircut that went viral on social media. It's not in the budget, but people were circulating it everywhere. Now, if there was something like that in the budget, it would have been easy for us to handle. We would have just said, now our next president of Nigeria will be someone with an afro or dreadlocks or who is bald-headed. Should we have any of that? Then I'm sorry. If he doesn't have that, I'm sorry, he can't be president. No. Now, in the budget, the National Assembly made cuts amounting to 347 billion naira in the allocations to 4,700 projects submitted to them for consideration. And they introduced a new 6,403 projects of their own, amounting to 578 billion naira. Personal project. In a way, it is like 578 billion haircut on President Muhammadu Buhari. And the president left his head there and they did the cut.
You got it, but it's still standing.
Yeah. Imagine, we were complaining not long ago that the National Assembly members were making 13 million naira a month, 13.5 a month in allowances, not their pay. Guess what? They have increased their budget by 14.5 billion. Hey! The lawmakers' budget now is 139.5 billion. That is more than all the money they give to all the universities in Nigeria. Even more than maybe the health budget of 180 million Nigerians. Hey! They don't care. They just write it in and Buhari signed. That's it.
Yes.
Nonsense. Capital nonsense. Here are some stories making headline news across Nigerian newspapers this week. I can't go to jail because I have integrity. No. Buhari boss. Hey. You see, last time he went to jail, was it because he had no integrity? In any case, there is no prison worse than the one that history will put him.
Yes.
Because he failed in his primary responsibility of protecting lives and properties.
Yes.
That prison term lasts for eternity. I'm just telling you,
Guilty conscience.
Yeah, it's been tweeted out. Sasha did that job. Call for restructuring based on selfish interest, says Muhammadu Buhari.
Wow.
No, look at him.
Slap on our face.
I agree with him completely. You know the day the selfishness will end when there is no country to restructure. That's it.
All right.
For now, it's as far as that's it. Oh, this is interesting. DSS releases Senator Abaribe after 5 days of incarceration. You know the senator? I don't know why DSS picked the man up. Do you know? Is it because of the allegation that 30 billion was smuggled into the power ministry budget? Was it because of Nnamdi Kanu?
Nnamdi Kanu, yes. Nnamdi Kanu.
All I know is that DSS does. I don't think they want to add another new holy, Senator Baribe is another savior. Holy. I don't think they want to add another name to that. We have one alone. One is enough. The country cannot handle two saviors, so they should be careful who they arrest. Anyway, youths in Adamawa now drink human urine to get high. Look at it. You see, these Igbo people say, they stopped them from selling syrup with codeine to these youths. Yes. They now switch to selling their own urine to these boys. I don't get it. I don't get it. How do they get these ideas? You know? Remember that professor from Bayero University who said that Igbo business people were selling codeine to Northerners. Now these Igbo people are making them to drink their own urine and pay. How did they do that kind of thing? I mean, how did they get this idea? They are very ingenuity. You pee your own pee, you pay for it and drink it. I mean, amazing. That guy should be a professor. Can we make him a professor? Now, I bring one for you all the time. This is for you. Yes, I went into armed robbery to raise money to start my church. Yeah. That was nice of the man, you know. It is written in John 7 verse 7. And God said, the end justifies the means. Period. Yes. Stupid criminals. You know, I understand that the National Association of Nigerian Criminals, they've expelled the man for damaging their good name. With that, his excuse. You know, they were embarrassed. You know, they said, you're gone. Nonsense. It's time for your emails. It's time for your email. Wow, welcome back.
Thank you.
People liked your uniform. Yeah, they were writing and they were saying that nice uniform, nice notes, you know. Yeah. So how are things?
Things are well.
The only thing is, now when we finish, I will show you where they sell iron. You know, I know that's a problem. You know, yeah, where they sell iron. I know that's a small problem. In the Bronx, they use, you know, all right, no, take it easy. It's okay. So don't worry. That's how. I mean, everybody. We all started from that same level. You know, some people we are Staten Island, like
shoot me with that.
Staten Island.
Is that New York?
I know. At the back of the Bronx. If you get to the back of the Bronx. All right. Do we have emails today?
Everyday doctor.
Okay, let's hear them, please.
Our first email is from Near East University students.
Near East. Where is that? Not Cyprus. Cyprus.
Yes.
Yeah. I know them. Yes. Okay, what do they want? They wrote as a group.
Yes, they wrote as a group. So
one person will type the first letter, the other person will type the next one.
Wow.
All right.
I think they had a meeting.
They had a meeting and they decided, okay, let's hear them.
Greetings, Dr. Damages.
Yes, my people.
We're writing to inform you of the exploitation of international students by Near East University.
Wow.
Near East University has been robbing students for years with some so-called fees, leaving thousands of students confused and stranded on the island.
What?
Wow. North Cyprus is only recognized by Turkey, and so many international bodies are not aware of the ill treatment of students by the university.
Wow.
We're already campaigning against this injustice, and we are counting on you to magnify our voices.
Wow.
You can start by sending your crack reporters to come and investigate.
You know, that's what I was thinking, you know. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friends in North Cyprus. I'm sorry to hear what you guys are going through. You know, it's very bad.
Very, very unfortunate.
The failure of Africa in one way or another affects all of us.
It's
wherever
true.
in the world you are. What we know that government officials, they watch our show. And reporters too, they watch our show. So we hope that they will take on this issue. What is the name of that woman who is in charge of foreign affairs for Nigerians abroad? Does she do anything?
Nothing.
We are going to contact them. If they don't do anything, we will send our crack reporters. It's just expensive to fly our crack reporters.
But we can still do
that.
We
do that. Yeah, we may have to. No, because these students, they shouldn't be suffering like this. Next.
Our second email is from Idris from Toronto.
Up there. Yeah. The Nozoka is going to Canada next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It flies everywhere. Okay.
That Nozoka is international.
On the campaign show.
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Damages.
Yes, my man Idris.
Is the president-to-be, Sore, really married? I wonder what time he spent with his family during his movement. He's just too much all over the places in the world.
What?
But he does not talk about his wife or his family.
Wow.
Is he going to scrap the office of the First Lady when elected to office come 2019? If not, let him talk about his wife. Or you interview his wife on your program, as this is one of Sahara Reporter's most watched show. Aisha Buhari was interviewed during her husband's campaign before her husband became president, which made more women vote for her.
Wow.
Vote for her husband.
Yeah. Great question, Idris. I like the questions. I like the idea. Sasha,
this one is
can you find that unpublished interview that one, what's his name? Rudolph Okonkwo interviewed Shore. You remember that interview? That was not. Can you show it to them? where he was talking about the wife. Show it to them. Have you cleared this your candidacy with your wife? Are you going to? How did he?
I hope she's not going to say this.
No, wait. No, because we've been serious. But I want to. This is also serious.
Oh yes.
Because you live here.
You start from home.
Yeah, you live here. Are you going to go home with your family, or are you going to be running the country while your family is there?
Oh no, listen. The issue is not. I'm not running a government that is run by the family.
You see, he has a wife. I told the man, this is how you make people connect with you. The first lady do we have her picture? Nah. No, that one is beyond us. That's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to drdamages@gmail.com. And follow us on Twitter @DrDamages. And on Instagram @DrDamages. Now here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book. G is for Gandhi. And it says, an eye for an eye will leave everyone blind.
Hey! Wow.
Thank you.
Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
The life of a cow is greater than the life of a person.
Yeah, but the people now killing people, an eye for an eye, we end up everybody will blind. We're just saying. I'm just saying.
A
Revenge.
cow for a cow, everybody ends up
a cow for a cow, there won't be any suya anymore. But an eye for an eye, it's serious. We are serious about it.
A life for a life.
We have to draw a line somewhere. When you say you revenge after 10 years, eventually everybody will be dead.
Doctor, they should watch out.